if there was something that you could have said then,
Ooh, yes.
you know, so to give that version of Carl a voice, what would be like one thing you would have liked to have said then that you're able to say now?
As you were saying that, something popped in my head because I gave I gave a good account of myself in those moments.
Yeah.
And something that came to mind was I mentioned at that, because it would have been a Pearson report, I think 99 it came out. So 7 years. And I said, well, you know, and I'm talking about someone who was, I think, you know, Fortune 500 company. She was a director, six figures a year, right? And I mentioned this to you know, to her in particular, but also to the group, because we were the ones. She was the one who called me a racist and for wanting to bring difference into the room, and she. And so I said, I mentioned the report, you know, institutional racism. These things need to be discussed openly, robustly, because again, if you're not seeing me, you know, I'm sitting here as a black man, and you're going to sit there and say that you don't see my color, then you don't see me, right? And the thing is, if I was you know, and I gave them examples.
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly verbatim, but I gave them examples of if I was that white person.
Yeah, yeah.
And say I was European, you wouldn't know my difference until I opened my mouth, sort of thing. So I walk around, my difference is seen each and every place I go.
Yeah.
I get up in the morning, I see that I am a black man, but you wouldn't. This is something that came after, but you would say to me that I have some type of mental health issue because I don't see who I am. Yeah. But to answer that question, what could I say today, or what could I have said back then that I know in my heart today to be true? That's a very good question. Yeah. I think something that needed to be said back then, I didn't say it, is that, and I will link this to the ethical principle, as we always talk about, is non-maleficence.
Yes.
And I would have said to them directly that there's a number of my peers in this room today that I fear for the profession, because I think that you're going to do more harm to those who come into that room who don't look like you. Yeah.